Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever your time zone is. I am so excited to be bringing you into this space, life updates from School of Life with Sonia. So, I've wanted to bring you into this space for a while, and I'm so happy that I am finally bringing you into this space because I am not selfish with information and knowledge. And anytime I learn something, I'm thinking, how can I bring this information to you? How can I make this information get to you? So I have been in therapy for the last 5 months times four, about 20 sessions now. So for the last like 5 months, I've been in therapy since September, October, November, December, January. Whoa, six. I'm gonna be getting into, wow, the sixth month. That's a lot. That's a lot. And I mean, I was feeling like, after the first month, I was feeling like, oh, I'm done. But then I didn't want to discontinue because I love my therapist. I love what I learn. I love the insight that I get, and more because I'm in the same profession and I feel like I'm being mentored. My therapist is a bit like older than me, and she's been in this field longer, and she deals with like what I really want to deal with. She's in my line, and that's why I picked her. So I get to learn so much. Yeah, so I'm gonna be bringing you a few questions that my therapist has been asking me in life update. I'm going to be bringing you a few questions that I've had in therapy or that my therapist has asked me. Some I'm going to explore further, and some I'm just going to post them to you like they have been posted to me. So today I want to bring you one question, and this I'm going to explore a bit. So about 2 weeks ago, my therapist was like, "Hey, Sonny, what do you think an equally yoked means?" And I'm like, "Yo, I think I mentioned that I'm a Christian and I know my Bible." And I said, "Oh, I mean, this is Paul talking to the Corinthians, and Paul is talking about unbelievers being worried not to be joined with believers. So it's I mean, I think it's in relationship, and it's talking about believers and unbelievers." And she was like, fair enough. So do you think there's a way that people can be unequally yoked apart from like believers and unbelievers? And I was like, whoa, unequally yoked. And that was like really new. I had never thought of that. Had never seen an equally yoked in another light, in a different light other than what Paul talks about. And we explored it a bit, and I was like, wow. So let me first go to what yoking is, or what a yoke is. So a yoke is a piece of wood that joins two animals together by the neck. So it joins them together. And being unequally yoked, if I can give you a picture of what unequally yoked is, unequally yoked is having maybe a taller animal being yoked with a shorter animal, or having a weaker animal being yoked with a stronger animal. So what happens is, I mean, one is going to delay the other. One is not. One is going to make the journey painful for the other. So if a strong animal is yoked with a weaker animal, the weaker animal is gonna. I'm gonna put a picture there for you to see. The weaker animal is going to definitely derail this other animal, and the stronger animal is going to hurt this weak animal. Like I'm taking you to up with a pace that is not yours. I'm making you make steps that you're not ready to take. I'm making you move in a pace that you're not comfortable moving in. If it's a taller animal, they're gonna be like maybe just trying to pull this animal up and straining them, because that is not where they are. And the same is with the taller animal. They're gonna be trying to the shorter animal. Yeah, the shorter animal is gonna be it's gonna try to pull this other animal down. And see, I mean, even my body is like, yeah. So unequally yoked, what does that mean in when it comes to relationships? Is it just believers and unbelievers? Can you be unequally yoked in other ways apart from believers and unbelievers? Can you be unequally yoked when it comes to your values? Can you both be Christians? Can you both be believers? But then you are unequally yoked when it comes to your values, when it comes to your to your beliefs, your belief systems. Can you be unequally yoked? And I'm not talking about being the same, because I mean, we know that opposite attracts, but they say that similarity sustains. Similarity sustains and opposite attracts. So there's opposite is good, but do not ignore similarity as well. Similarity is also fair. So there are things that you have to check. You can't ignore some things. There are things that honestly, if you ignore, they're gonna hurt you. So what does unequally yoked mean? Can you be unequally yoked in education, and what does that look like? Can you be unequally yoked in background, and what does that look like? And again, I'm not saying that you have to have the same, you have to be at the same level of education. Nope. And I'm not saying that it can't work because you're not at the same level of education. Nope. I'm not saying that it cannot work if you come from different backgrounds. Nope. I'm just saying, are you aware of what unequally yoked is, and are you cognizant of I mean, how yoked you are? Because you're pulling together. How are you gonna pull together if you don't have something that brings you on the same on the same page, So, what is unequally yoked according to you? What is unequally yoked? And that was me. What do you think?
We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young, it is just